quickly. You already know the vibes. It's your boy Damo the Nandada. And this is the Let's Take It There podcast, episode 9. You already know the fucking vibes, man. This is definitely a safe space, but we're here to get some nitty gritty. So, and nitty gritty might not always be comfortable. And it's time to be uncomfortable. These times are uncomfortable. So, hey, this is where we at. Um, Here's all my unsolicited opinions on all things right now. Unsolicited opinions, trivia facts, news updates. So, y'all ready to take it there? Cause we about to. If you know, you know. All right. So, my bad to put the Buddhist stakes on. As you know, week nine, we in this thing. It has been 9 weeks since I started this podcast, and I'm forever grateful to all the people who keep tuning in, who support your boy, who watch my content. Um, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. And if you want to be featured on a podcast, you want advice, you want something, you just want to give a shout out, we're going to start doing wins of the week. So, something that you won this week, if you wanted to be shouted out and heard on the podcast, be sure to email let's take it there pod at gmail.com. That's let's take it there PODD at gmail.com. And get heard on the podcast, man. We here for everything facts. We here for everything that makes sense. We're creating narrative, changing the conversation, and changing the world one conversation at a time. So let's go. So for my mental health tip of the week, um, it's the importance of balance, right? Sometimes we can find ourselves caught up in all the things thrown at you, and then your whole day is going and you forgot to do something for yourself. There is no one way to find balance, and we get too caught up in finding the perfect balance when in reality, whatever works for you is perfect. It's okay to say no. It's okay to wake up an extra 30 minutes earlier just to sit still and give yourself some peace and time with your thoughts. What does balance look like for you? Let me know. Let's talk about it. Balance for me is not answering the phone for a few hours. It's doing what I want to do, going out to eat somewhere I really want to try without having to invite nobody. It's coming home and going completely silent, not watching TV, not having a conversation, not addressing anything, just chilling, just pure, utter, complete silence. And I think sometimes it's important to have that balance, especially when you have a job that you got to put on the face for, when you got family you got to put on the face for, when you have, school and all these different things on top of all the stuff that's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? You have to create a balance for yourself so it can be comfortable to you and you can always find your solace in your solitude. So, mental health tip of the week: find balance in all things and remember to love on you, stay prayed up, and fight the good fight, man. We need all of us to fight, honestly. It's too much going on. So, on the Lost the Plot segment, because you see I changed the name, and news updates. This is going to be mostly a news update thing, but we're going to talk about how we're losing the plot constantly, right? So, the Supreme Court, as you all may have heard, or you may not have heard, the Supreme Court decided to remove the Section 2 of the Voter Acting, Voting Rights Act. I'm sorry. And I've taken the liberty of looking up what that means, right? Mind you, this podcast, I came up with it in a couple of days, so just bear with me. And I'll get to more things after I be sure to fact check all my stuff. So, okay. So they didn't completely remove Section 2, but they are doing their best to do so. Recently, they greatly weakened the Section 2, the redistricting protections. And basically, it allowed courts to strike down voting rules that disproportionately harm minority voters. So this is what Section 2 originally did. It allowed courts to strike down voting rules that disproportionately harmed minority voters, gerrymandered maps that diluted black or minority voting power, and election systems that made it harder for minorities to elect representatives, right? So this year, the court sharply limited how Section 2 can be used in racial gerrymandering and redistricting cases. So what basically is saying is that, from now, mind you, the SAVE Act was already trying to pass and make it harder for people to vote, right? I think that's the major point right now is, if voting really doesn't matter, like everybody say it doesn't matter, why are they doing everything in their power to make sure that people of color cannot vote? And I think that's the major issue that we're having right now. Like gerrymandering the maps and redistricting the maps so they can be all red and all Republican. It's utterly insane. When in reality, you need a bipartisan party for a democracy to continue to happen. So as you know, they're trying to change it. They're trying to take away the democracy altogether, honestly, and make this a Republican country, back to a republic, and none of it's working. Um, we're not going to happen. We're constantly fighting back. We're constantly going against the grain. That's what we have to do as people. But yeah, so the new ruling makes it much harder to argue maps that are illegally discriminatory unless plaintiffs can show clear evidence of intentional racial discrimination rather than partisan politics. Now, mind you, this is happening in cities like Louisiana, in cities like Alabama, and cities like Tennessee, right? And then they were trying to do something in Tennessee where that's why everybody been out there. And what's crazy is a lot of major news outlets are not covering these stories, right? So, in Tennessee they did something. Let's look it up because they're out there protesting for it right now. Yeah, so they're basically having a issue because the Tennessee lawmakers redrew the congressional maps, and so they passed it without anybody even knowing. They passed it while everybody was asleep. They passed it without going through official judicial systems, right? Um, so basically, the new map is likely to shift from 8 Republicans to 1 Democrat, to 9 Republicans and no Democrats. It was already only 1 Democrat representing all the minorities in the city alone, and they're doing it in a mostly black or brown community, Memphis, right? So, yeah, it's a district centered around Memphis and represented by Democrat Steve Cohen. Was split into multiple Republican-leaning districts. You see what I'm saying? So they're trying to take all means away from voting, especially with minorities. And the SAVE Act was already making it so you had to bring a birth certificate, a passport, something that was an official document to show that you are registered to vote, and to, I guess, basically do a second verification method on your identity, right? And that sounds nice and dandy, but people get married, they change their last name, they might not have changed it on their birth certificate. People have real IDs, or they, you know what I'm saying, and that's not even enough. They make the big deal over the real IDs, and that's still not enough. Um, so it's very important. If you don't think voting is important, it's very fucking important. They're trying to take it away, and the issue is, what we really need to talk about is, these things are important. There would not have to be a voting rights act if there was no issue with the voting, right? I think people are not grasping that concept. Laws don't come out of thin air. People are not fighting for no reason. These things are valid and they make sense and they are important to us, to the way we live, and while we have a somewhat equal society, right? This is why, you know it's hard. It's harder for them to just be blatantly racist, even though they just stopped giving a fuck over the last 2 years. But that's neither here nor there. So yes, it's very important to vote. And it's very important to vote locally and to get out in your communities and stand up for what's right. Whether it's doing polling, whether it's talking to people, encouraging people to go vote, and also just speaking up and speaking out at these meetings, going to these city hall meetings. I be missing them because I be having to work. Um, but I do like speak out on social media and I do write letters to the government. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to find my way around how I matter and what's important to me, and also how to show up for my community. And it's hard when you got to work and you got shit you got going on, but it's very imperative that we keep up with this and that we fight the good fight, because this is what the civil rights members did. This is why everything was so crazy back then, because they did not stop fighting for what's right and they created a better future for all of us. And they trying to take that shit right up from under us. So we have to do more for that. Next. Let's talk about what's next. So gas in St. Louis is $4.39, and that's due to oil barrels being, I think, $105 a barrel. And of course that's because the Strait of Hormuz is over a fifth of the world's oil. And they was, I think, once they closed it, I think they said about 13 million barrels have stopped. So far, we've lost 13 million barrels. Like, they haven't sent out that much oil. Like, that's how much oil we're missing across the world. And I mean, me personally, I don't blame them. I think, of course, they have the strongest oil reserve in the world. Why would they not use that as the tactic to try to win their freedoms back in their? I mean, I don't like. Come on now. If somebody wouldn't have been fucking with them in the first place, we wouldn't have this problem. But I digress. Anyway, um, so yeah, out of my 30 years of living, I have never, I have never once seen gas this high. My bad, y'all. But I have never once seen gas this high out of my 30 years of living. Gas is straight $4.39. I mean, how hard y'all gonna fuck us? Honestly, I mean, it's already so much going on, and now, bitch, I can't even get to work. How hard? No lube, no date, just straight up rip the boxers off, put a nigga in doggy, and fuck him. That's exactly what the every time I go to the gas station, I feel like I'm getting fucked harder and harder. This is ridiculous. This is just in. I don't even want to go nowhere. If I had to drive my car, I'm not going. Shit, I don't, bro. I barely can make it to work. The gas so motherfucking high. I literally have a sedan, a SUV. I'm sorry. My shit used to take $30 to fill up. My shit literally is taking like $65, $70 to fill up. That is literally insane. And I drive 20 minutes to work every day, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. Like, y'all literally fucking us. No lube. Just in that shit, straight to the point. Just meet, meet, meet. And we just supposed to keep going. Bills, gas, wake up bills, go to sleep bills, go to work bills, get out bills, gas, groceries, gym, go out, find a balance, have fun. Just utterly fucking us. It's actually insane. It's horrible. It's horrid to think about, bro. And then you got motherfuckers making tweets like, "Oh, real patriots don't complain about gas prices." Bitch, fuck you and them. How about that? Y'all motherfuckers can afford it. Everybody can't afford that shit. Motherfuckers just barely making ends meet, bitch. Rent due, gas due, lights due, water due, food due, baby shark due, bitch. Everything due. Work due, life due, bitch. I'm due. What the fuck are you talking about? It's too much. Y'all asking for too much. This shit is too much, bro. Gas so motherfucking high right now. And in California, that shit $9.89. That shit is fuck. I wouldn't be going no motherfucking where, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Like y'all, bro, y'all don't even make sense at this point. Y'all have completely obliterated the middle class. It's only rich and poor. Billionaires literally have billions of dollars. Y'all literally are taking millions of dollars that can go to people who need, who go to kids who can get free lunches, save homelessness in America, provide better health care, less co-pays, less out of pocket fees for people that need medical care, bro. But y'all spending that shit on the war. And you want to talk about gas prices? This shit's so fucked up. What's next? So the Buddhist monks are going on a walk for peace around the United States, and let's see how long that is. Um, let's see. So yeah, they're going on a walk for peace, which is a 2,300 mile, 15-week country pilgrimage by the Theravada Buddhist monks from Texas to Washington D.C. And they actually might have changed. They might have changed. Let's see. Oh, they might have already went on it. I'm sorry, I just learned about this. Let's see. Yeah, they did. From Texas to DC. I'm sorry. I just learned about this. But this alone says a lot, right? You would think that's so dope. Oh, they're going to walk for peace. When in reality, bitch, it means we're living in a society that's unpeaceful. And they're trying to bring community back together. These motherfuckers walk 120 days, 2,300 miles. It says a lot about the country and the shit that we're doing and what we're going through. It's actually very upsetting that we need that they felt the need to do that they felt that was necessary. It's actually very unsettling and it's very upsetting. I hope that one day we could return back to a society that actually makes sense, but it's gonna take us fighting for it every single day, speaking up against wrongdoing, speaking up about things that are wrong. Whew. Lord, God forbid. So I just learned about this. Supposedly this came out 4 years ago, but they made a stand today, recently, because the Met Gala was this week, and I'm guessing Jeff Bezos was the one of the sponsors of the Met Gala this year, and so the labor union of Amazon, which was started by a man named Chris Hall, I think that's his name. 4 years ago, he started this union to try to get rights to Amazon workers and just workers in general who are underpaid, who are treated poorly, who benefits don't match the work, and so on and so forth. So they did a thing where they basically spoke out against Jeff Bezos, and they had people telling their stories in New York where the Met Gala was held, and they put it like on a fat ass building where the Met Gala was at, and people just telling their stories, saying what they've been through, and how Amazon is such a horrible company to work for. And I can attest to that. I worked at Amazon. It's horrible. The building over 2.1 million square feet is fucking huge. The quota is fucking insane. Some of them I wasn't there when they was doing this shit, but they was literally having people scared to go to the bathroom when people was bringing water bottles so they can piss in a water bottle at their station. That's crazy to think about and crazy to talk about. Bitch, you think I give a fuck about this job that much? I'm not going to the bathroom. So Amazon is a $2.2 trillion company. $13 billion a day. Ooh, $13 billion a day. $9 million an hour and $5,000 a second. And they own over 50 other companies. It's crazy because the company I work for now, we use Amazon as a provider for our phone system and for our servers. Amazon is a part of our servers. So when Amazon had that big shutdown not too long ago, all our systems were shut down because we go through Amazon to use our servers. And don't get me wrong, I get why Amazon is such a conglomerate and why it's such a monopoly company now because it's very convenient. Um, Paying Amazon to use their service, they do everything. You do literally nothing. It's like you pay for a software as a service, right? So say you have like instead of us buying data centers to store all our information or store all our stuff, we bought a software as a service. We bought a cloud basically to put and keep all our data. And when they went down for those hours, they lost so much money, but also our company was over with. So yeah, Amazon is definitely a company. It's insane to see people speaking up about that, and I think he said they had just started to like have negotiations or meetings. Now they wasn't meeting with them; they've been speaking up about this for years, and nothing has happened. But Jeff Bezos just bought the whole Italy so he can have a fucking wedding. Like it gets to a point, right? The value we've put on money is utterly insane, and I think if we don't fight back and start fighting for what's right, bro, they're gonna take all this shit, all the comfortability that we have, it's gonna all be gone. Look at them people in Gaza and look at those people in Iran. Literally, they were walking around minding their business one day, and then boom, all that shit is rubble. It's all messed up, all because of something that had nothing to do with them. They're not even having a war with naval, like I mean, with the military. They're having a war with the entire country, trying to obliterate the entire country. Same with Lebanon. Israel just, despite the ceasefire, Israel literally just bombed Lebanon again. I think like twice now in the last week, and literally over hundreds of people are dead. All because they're trying to reorganize territory and expand their territory, expand their land. It's disgusting. It's insane. And then you got people here that literally go from that say they're Christians and they believe that Israel is the Israel that they was talking about in the Bible, and that's not what they was talking about. So they literally stand up for Israel. You can't say nothing bad about Israel. All those people are. I mean that country is the Holy Land. That's where Jesus coming back. All that dumb man. It's insane what's going on right now. People are dying. People are going through horrible situations. Are dealing with so many fatalities, loss, death, poverty. It's disgusting. The stuff that's happening in Cuba. They haven't had water in weeks, oil in weeks, energy in weeks. Weeks. I don't care. Two things can be true. I don't think people understand that. Just because, okay, the mm, I don't know if they call it a president or what, but the president of Venezuela who Trump took out, he probably was a bad leader. He definitely was a bad leader. From what I read, he was a horrible leader. But they had water. They had basic necessities to live their life. And then outside going crazy, can't eat, dying slowly because they don't have no food, can't grow no food, can't organize no strikes, can't even power up a building, don't even have hot running water. Like, come on, dog. It's just it's too much. It's too much. And now he making jokes like, yeah, we're just gonna take them over in a couple weeks. Like, bro, get the fuck on. Cuba's already damn near a part of America. Everybody knows that. And it's not right and it's unjust and it's horrible. And we need to speak up for them. And we supposed to be the land of the free. It ain't shit free over here, honestly. If you really think about it, it's horrible. It's disgusting. And I'm not, and granted, I get where everybody like they not speaking up for us, but like, bro, are we walking around in rubble? Is people getting blown to smithereens right next to you? Like, be fucking for real, dog. We walk around this motherfucker peacefully every day, and that's fucked up. And what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong, and that shit is all fucking horrible, bro. Like yeah. And what's crazy is because their capitalism is getting attacked because it's under attack. This is why they're getting so violent, bro. Because they don't have as much control as they thought they did over the world anymore, over the global economy. It's fucking insane. It's disgusting. Um, What's next on the agenda? And shout out to the labor union at Amazon, man. I hope y'all keep going, keep striking. I will always speak up for what's right on my platforms, and yeah, getting people what they deserve, rights, health care, more money that you don't. It's not enough money in that motherfucker. I don't give. You have to work so many hours just to make a living, unless you become an area manager, and that's when you finally start to touch some type of money, and that's still like, man. They even said this man got Jeff Bezos Academy. He's trying to start working the kids young, and I spit. It's enough. Enough is enough. This motherfucker is literally running an illegal monopoly. He owns too much shit. Like Amazon owns too many things. Like, are these partnerships or do you own them? The shit is weird. It's just too much. Like, so I recently come to find out that Apple supports genocide, which is not surprising, seeing as how big Apple is, and they probably be using minority workers in other countries to make their products, right? I mean, we pretty much all have an underlying sense of that. Um, but from what I was researching, they don't um respect or abide by international work laws, and you can tell by they just opened a big corporate office in Israel, which ties back to the Rothschilds owning every fucking thing, but that's a whole nother story. And they also like using little black babies in the mines to get their materials for their phones and all this other shit. And it's just the whole thing. And I think these big businesses, like I use Apple products, which is horrible, but they make such a convenient product, and that's how they get us, right? It's so convenient. Everything's all in one place, and it's horrible. They're doing this shit. They're rigging us out of all our shit, and they're attacking kids, using children. What's up with y'all and kids? Why y'all be doing them kids like that? What's up with that? What is that? It's becoming it's I I just don't understand. Motherfuckers stop doing what the fuck. Motherfuckers stop doing what you told them to do. So now you going to the kids, try to groom them, do what do what they want you do, make them do what you want them to do. I'm sorry, I couldn't get the words out. It's just too much. It's too much, bruh. And then it's like, how dare y'all support genocide and say y'all a company of peace and community and want to be, man, that's a bunch of bullshit, dog. These companies, there's so much underlying shit going on. And I almost got half the mind to stop buying any fucking thing. From electricity to food and corporations to only supporting local businesses, the whole nine, like it's just too much. Spirit Airlines are closed, y'all. Them cheap flights gone. Spirit Airlines are closed at 34 years. Over 17,000 people have lost their jobs. Yes, I said over 17,000 people have lost their jobs. Of course, the Trump administration made an attempt to do a bailout, and give them $500 million, a loan basically to get them out of bankruptcy. But of course, the CEO said absolutely not, because he's the reason why they're in bankruptcy, because of the high oil prices and the jet fuel, right? And so that $500 million came with, of course, stipulations. Basically, they're going to be using Spirit Airlines airplanes to for military reasons, right? Which is unjust and not civil, and it's also against the law. You're not supposed to use commercial flights or things like that for military gain, and it's disgusting that he would even think of something like that. But that's a conniving con artist, a stupid, fat, disgusting bitch, honestly. And it just is what it is. I'm sorry, I don't even like being like that, but this man is literally not a good person. And what's crazy is y'all think motherfuckers mad because he white. I don't give a fuck if he was white, black, blue, gold, orange. If Obama was saying shit like that, I'd be on his ass too. And if Biden was saying shit like him, I'd be on his ass too. If he was doing shit like him, I'd be on his ass too. It don't matter who it is. Be fucking for real. And release the Epstein files, bitch. We not 10 minutes off y'all ass. And say everybody name that ICE done killed. Say everybody name that went through police brutality, bitch. We not 10 minutes off y'all ass. Fuck you. vote for what's right, get in them boots, get out here, speak on what's right, boycott this shit, and let's get together. That's the only way they gonna hear us. They don't hear us, they hear money. And if we start playing with their money, that's the only way shit gonna change around here. And I'm standing on it. All the names. Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, Philander Castile, George Floyd. And then y'all wanna bring that shit back up. Like, I don't give a fuck if he had drugs in the system when he died, bitch. There was no reason for that fucking unnecessary force. Trayvon Martin, um, the ICE agents literally killing Americans. What's his name? Alex Petty. Um, what was the one girl named Rose? The one lady that passed. Sorry for her. I can't remember her name right now. Kenneth Walker. Yeah, all these people that y'all doing this shit is all wrong, bro. Stand up for what's right. We just going out having fun, going to the club, not really worried about what's going on around us. And in reality, this shit affects all of us. It's all of us, and it's gonna take all of us to take our fucking lives back and make our cities, our counties, our country the way it's supposed to be. What we was taught that it was supposed to be, because that's a bunch of bullshit. Y'all trying to rewrite history and take the history away that actually happened. Rewrite the school books, rewrite the I can't get my thoughts. The curriculum. Like y'all really trying to take out Black history and dumb it down and make it seem like it wasn't a real thing. All the stuff that y'all did to Black people, that y'all scaring the kids, but it's the truth. Tell them kids the truth. Like this lady really was like, I went into um a Democratic meeting at the court or whatever. And she's a Republican, and she was basically saying like how she was raised to that they were killing babies, that they were unruly, that they were like liberals were just horrible people. And when she went in there, those people were the nice people she ever met. And they was just asking them like, "What are your demands? What can we do to help y'all? What do y'all want us to tell these people? What are we fighting for?" Right? And letting the people speak, and they was basically being voices of the people and not just all these things that she heard. And it's disgusting that y'all teach our kids that. Y'all and these people grow up to be hateful, spiteful human beings because of what the fuck you left on this earth, you piece of shit. Anyway, so now this is where we lose the plot, and this is where we're going to get into the let's take it there section as well. So of course we've all seen the shit that's going on with Boston Richey and Tati, right? Supposedly Boston Richey made a song dissing a girl. She ends up posting all the stuff that she's went through with him, and basically it just been getting ugly from there, right? Now I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on before I get into how I feel about the shit. Yeah, so Tati shared some extensive stuff um on the relationship, basically saying that he was abusing her. She said that she had to ride in the car for 8 hours naked with a group of men because she didn't have no clothes and she was on her cycle. She also said that he had her go buy a toy and she paid him. She also said that she was 16 when they first started talking. She's now 20, and so of course there are a bunch of allegations. Black Boston Richie said that Tati was blackmailing him, and she took videos from his phone after the breakup. He denied the toy allegation. He denied that specific toy allegations were true, suggesting they were a part of a false narrative, though he did not address the serious abuse allegations in the details, right? Tati claims that she has 65 files, including photos and videos documenting the abuse, alleged that Ricky shared private intimate videos of her with other people. So it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing, right? And it's crazy because with all this shit that's going on in the world, right? This became still a headline thing, and I think one, it shows how our priorities be fucked up because motherfuckers love a good tea. True. Two. It also shows excuse me, where people's minds are really at, right? And so I'm going to say we lost the plot by how that situation is handled and how people view women because it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And it's a shame that women are the only people that fight for them and nobody else fight for them. It's actually disgusting. Now, we finna take it there because I'm finna say a lot of shit about this. I'm done with the news update. First thing I'm gonna say, I do not condone sexual abuse, pedophilia, grooming, etc. The latter, any other sort when it comes to kids, bitch, star off women. That's fucking disgusting. It's disgusting. Secondly, if y'all are more worried about the fact that that man got paid than the fact that he was committing acts of pedophilia and also that he was abusing this little girl, something's wrong with you. You need your ass whooped. You need to be under the motherfucking jail because that's the motherfucking problem. You're disgusting. You're a despicable human being. But I will say this. And this is in no way victim blaming, just hear me out. When I was 16, I did exactly what the fuck I wanted to do. I talked to somebody that was 23 when I was 16. And, you know, I lied about my age at one point and I told motherfuckers what it was and she was okay with the shit. But we never did shit, of course, until I got grown. But this is my thing. Was it wrong? Absolutely. But I chose to do that. And I think, of course, he probably did groom the girl. When you're 16, I can admit and attest to you probably don't have it all there. You're not grown until you probably 25. You really don't know what you was doing, but you just doing what you want to do. So on that end, I feel like, and it wasn't like they was living together. From what I read, he was flying her out. She could have got out that situation, but obviously she liked what he was doing for her. So, and I think because the man a trick, everybody know that. And am I excusing what he did and saying that what he did was wrong, was right? No. What I'm saying is that as women, y'all have to start protecting yourselves because these men will not do it. These men will not do it. There's no way that I'm 17, 18 in a car full of these motherfuckers. I got money this motherfucker giving me. I'm naked on my period. You're not gonna stop at Walmart? Okay, cool. The moment I get out of this situation, bitch, I'm never going back. Now, granted, grooming does something to your mind. It does something to your brain. So your brain chemistry be off. You think this shit is right. You think it's gonna work out. And love how you doing that shit too. Blind love, your love for money, whatever the case may be, with how you doing that shit too. So I'm not blaming the little girl. I'm just saying young women who ever see this message or whatever the case may be, you have to stand 10 on your morals and boundaries and have that shit for yourself, your values, morals, and character. These men will not do it for you and they will take advantage of you every chance they fucking get. Every chance they get. As far as the abuse, that's a bitch ass nigga and he needs ass beat. They already called the nigga a snitch. He pussy. Don't put your hands on no women. That's some lame ass shit. And your homeboy should have been beating the fuck out you. But them some pussies too. And I'm standing on that and I never fucking cared. And that's anybody. Any man that put his hands on a woman, he a bitch. And I'm standing on it. Straight pussy. I don't give a fuck. Call it what it is. I don't give a fuck. And I said it to any nigga. Any one of my homeboys putting his hands on women, I'm telling you a straight bitch. I don't give a fuck. Don't do that. Don't ever do that shit around me. I never fucking cared. Never fucking cared. And if it's not true, then okay. But any man that put his hands on women, he's a pussy. Period. Period. Bottom line, especially somebody that younger than you. So yeah, I hope it's not true. But she already posted all the screenshots, whatever the case may be. It's horrible. My other issue with the situation is it gives Me Too movement, and the thing about the Me Too movement is I do feel like y'all deserve to speak out for what happened to y'all. Y'all deserve to find justice for what happened to y'all. But my only issue with her is that she started off with the pagan shit and not with the abusive shit, and that pissed me off. Cause you was in the business of embarrassing this man, not getting justice for what the fuck he did to you. Period. Period. But you young, you might not know no better. But a lot of women do this shit. It be on some embarrassing shit more so than getting justice because y'all don't. But also, and when you think about, I don't kink shame. That's your business. Do what the fuck you want to do. But babe, you were just as embarrassing as him actually putting the strap on and doing it. I'm just saying, grown ass man bent over, you strapping them. That's kind of crazy. I mean, I don't kink shame. I don't think it's nothing. You do your big one. That's what you like. Whatever y'all do in the bedroom, that's what y'all do in the bedroom, right? But I'm just saying, like, but she led off with the pig and shit, and that shit pissed me off because you wasn't really trying to get justice for your situation. You was trying to embarrass that man. Because you probably felt embarrassed by the diss or whatever the case may be. Whatever happened between y'all, how it all started. But it's all just a lot and very unnecessary. We got real life shit going on. And I'm standing 10 on that bitch ass nigga. You put your hands on a woman, you need your ass whooped. You pussy. You touch kids, you pussy. You die. That's what they say. D-I-E. I'm sorry, bro. That's disgusting. You're a horrible person. You touching kids, you're disgusting. Regardless, it's disgusting. It's not cool. It's not okay. It's not. Oh, she young, but she good. When she find out her age, that's it. A rap. I don't give a fuck. I'm standing 10 on whatever. I never cared. Motherfuckers never asked me no shot that this bitch don't play with me. I don't give a fuck. Ladies, you gotta protect yourself and do better at protecting yourself. These motherfuckers do not give a fuck about you. And men as well, bro. Protect yourself. You figure out a motherfucker is too young for you. Leave the shit alone. No means no, bro. The whole thing. Stop trying to coerce and make shit your own narrative. That shit's weird, bro. Protect yourself. Be a man of discipline and honor and courage and faith and all these other things that like that make a real man, dog. All that sleeping with multiple women and tricking off and all that shit for no reason at all. Don't do you do that shit for somebody that you love, bro. We literally lose the plot every time when we continue to create this narrative. This is all this shit is. That's not what love looks like. What the fuck are we doing as grown ass men? What the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all didn't learn from y'all grandmas. Y'all didn't watch y'all mamas go through this shit, and y'all still doing that shit. It's sick. Be a man of stature, morals, and values. Take care of your peoples. Take care of your kids. Be a grown ass man. Do what you gotta do. Motherfuckers be living certain lifestyles thinking they excuse from being a real nigga. That shit weird. It's weird. It's all weird, bro. The shit's weird. And it's too much. Like, what's up with y'all and kids? Y'all some fucking weirdos. Like, I just can't stress that shit enough. Like, God forbid. My goodness. Whew. So let's talk about choosing peace in situations and what that looks like and how that can backfire, right? For a very long time, I chose peace in a lot of situations. Then there was a reason that I did that. And my reason was because I wanted to protect myself. I would much rather be the villain of somebody's story than have to constantly keep going back and forth and proving who I am to you, right? But that also comes with a lot of ego death and a lot of self esteem shattering. It just comes with a lot of different things that can really tailor your identity because you start to be resentful, you start to be hateful, you start to be spiteful because you never really got things off your chest that you need to get off your chest, right? And there has to be a balance, and that's the whole point of this podcast. There has to be some type of balance between picking your battles and knowing what's right for you. Because a lot of times I pick peace because that's just what felt good to me. That's what I desire. Like my life already hectic enough. I'm not finna address shit. I don't owe you shit. But then it's like I'm the bad guy in your story, and I ain't did shit to you, right? So I pray first because a lot of times you can pick the wrong battle. And then just figure out what's more conducive to you and your environment and your growth. Cause that's where we at right now. We about growing. We about elevating. We about changing narrative. We about doing better things for each other, right? And I think it's about growth first, and what secondly, because people gonna always have what they want to say about you. They gonna always have their mind made up about your story and what you believe in about you because they so worried about what the fuck you got going on. So you got to be the one to say, okay, do I choose peace and let this shit ride, or do I stand on business and whatever come with it just come? Cause that's a big deal, and you got to learn to balance and how what it's imperative the choice that you make in that moment. Uh, And for a long time, I chose peace. And that's how I became so nonchalant. And I think that's why people started doing whatever they wanted to do because I never addressed it. Food for thought, right? Food for thought. Um, let's talk about grifters. Now I'm going to look up the full definition of a grifter, and then I'm going to tell my piece on grifters. I know how they explain it, but I just want to make sure I got the right definition. Okay, so grifter is someone who manipulates, scams, or emotionally plays people for personal gain, usually money, influence, attention, or status. A lot of these Instagram influencers and people are grifters because they're trying to sell you product based off shit that's not really going on in their life, right? You can fix your own credit. You can do your business yourself. You can try that shit yourself. Now, granted, we do pay for convenience a lot of times, but I do feel like people will prey on, especially people with social media brain, because people with social media brain is the easiest people to prey on because they take everything from social media with a grain of salt. They don't do their own research. They use ChatGPT for everything. They don't take the time out to really learn to understand anything. They just go off whatever social media say, and those are the people that grifters take advantage of the most. And that's why a lot of times you see a motherfucker selling a credit ebook and that shit ain't helped them once. Or you see a motherfucker selling aesthetically pleasing content and now they're saying you want to get a life like this, text this number for this, blah blah blah. Or even with the sports betting and shit, motherfuckers was grifting off their hell hard, showing they win, showing this, showing that. But then you sign that shit up and you tell they lays and hit one fucking time. In reality, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself that you fell for the grifting scheme because it's on you. You know what I'm saying? But it's a real thing, though. It is definitely a real thing, and we have to be wary of those people because they don't have the best intention. Or just like, okay, like the people on TikTok, right? It's a lot of grifters on TikTok, and I'm not saying that everybody's story is the same, but I feel like whenever I watch a video and it be so powerful, and then they say, oh, like just like the videos about men praying and like men doing one verse a day and stuff like that, and then they selling that 1 minute with God, a men's journal or book. That makes me so mad because I was feeling the message and feeling what you were saying, and then now you telling me this book. Cause I hope, and it's like I'm not gonna say you don't feel like that, but who's to say that you really don't even care about what you talking about? You just make this shit sound good. Talk about this damn book, you get your commission off the damn purchase. Like I don't know, man. Just be weary of those people who don't have your best intention at heart. Because real investors, real people with real money ain't trying to scam you. They're trying to help you grow. People who really care about the masses, care about community. It's not everybody's the same, and you got to be able to weed through that and have the discernment to do so. Because people will definitely do you like that for sure. Whew. Um, my artist of the week is Kalani. Shout out to Kalani, man. She made a great album. It's called Kalani. It's monumental. You hear somebody name an album after themselves. A lot of people say it's conceited, but I think it's definitely you know this album the one. Like, hey, name it you. Beyonce had an album called Beyonce, and a few other artists have that too. So you gotta respect the hustle. My favorite song out there is "I Need You" with her and Brandy. Ooh, and then "Call Me Back" with T Pain and Lil Jon. I think she did some nostalgic shit with this album, and I think you should go give a listen to it. Love her down, love her down, down, down. Shout out to Kalani, man, love her. Um, yeah. So this was Let's Take It There, week 9, man. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. If you want to be featured on the episode, or you want to you need advice, you want to talk about a situation, you want my advice on something. And granted, I'm not a therapist. I'm just giving you real advice based on real experiences I've been through. Or you just want to shout out, or we're gonna start doing winners of the week, just like wins of the week. So basically, just say something that you won at this week, whether you got an award, whether you got up this morning, whatever the case may be. I think that's such a beautiful thing to do to bring some positivity to this motherfucker because there's so much heavy shit going on. But any of that, be sure to email let's take it there pod. That's let's take it there PODD at gmail.com. That's let's take it there PODD at gmail.com. And of course, you're going to get on here, man. I'm about to start having guests soon, new scenery soon. So stay tuned. Keep rocking with your boy. We're going to keep taking it there and changing the world one conversation at a time. Peace.